You know, the deeper this film got, the more I enjoyed it. So yeah, folks, that's my little tidbit. Let's jump into the review of the new film When I Consume You right now. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film When I Consume You, which made its world premiere this year at Fantasia Film Festival 2021. Now, this film, as I said, the more and more you got into the film, the more and more better I thought it got. And for a moment, this film was giving me all different types of mixed fit signals because I didn't know what this film was trying to be, because it gave you indications that it was going to be a horror film, and then it kind of gave you some drama mystery, and then it kind of gave you some action. I was like, okay, please bring this together, make this make sense. And then it did. Once the deeper it got into the film, it found its stride, it found its identity, and I thought it was really good. And it's very simply put, you have a brother, Wilson. Somebody hurt his sister. Better yet, somebody killed his sister and his sister Daphne, and he's looking for who and whatever it was that did it. Because, you know, Wilson is really, he needs his sister. I hate to say it, but like, he's an adult and he's very childish. He has a lot of maturing to do, so he's just not quite fit for society just yet without her. And the fact of finding his sister in the state that he did was very demoralizing to him. And I also don't think that he actually knew what was at stake here. So he was lost. He was completely lost. And it appears that a stalker of some sort had killed her. So, you know, he's trying to do his job and figuring out who it is. Luckily for him, well, his sister wasn't quite ready to go to the afterlife, because her spirit came back to kind of assist him through this, and he can see her, he can interact with her, and it was truly her. And while this seems like, all right, well, this is easy, she knows who kills her, she doesn't, because the person that killed her did it in a fashion that didn't easily reveal itself to her. So, you know, for us as the viewers, we're going through sort of these visions and sort of this imagination that he's doing with, until it's solidified that it is actually her and she's here to help him. The Daphne, played by Libby Ewing, I think Daphne, you know, I wish we could have more with the character, to be honest. I thought in the beginning parts of the film we got to get to see the brother-sister dynamic, and they also did some flashback scenes of that so we can kind of really establish their bond. I thought she did a good job, but I thought that Evan, who plays Wilson, I thought that he really did a really convincing job in his role, because at no moment did I ever felt like he was mature. Because while he's being tasked to go find this person, he's training and she's teaching him to train, and so he's trying to get some combat skills, because my man doesn't have nada. I mean, you have to think, like, he's getting ready to roam the streets looking for this person that he think it is, and he saw somebody fleeing the scene, so he thinks it's this person that's gonna, I guess everybody's just gonna walk around with a black hoodie or whatever. But like, he wasn't built for that, and so she's trying to toughen him up to do so. And while all that seems good, because my man has the mindset of a 14-year-old, he's thinking he's getting ready to fight something physical. And here's where the interesting horror part comes at it. First of all, she's creating a monster in him by doing so, by getting this repetition of training and whatnot. But he's thinking he's going to fight a human. He's getting ready to fight a creature. So all that training she did nothing for him, because he got his butt whooped the first time. And that's when the creature revealed itself, and you could see its eyes that it had this demonic presence to it. So while this starts to come off as like a revenge thriller with sprinkles of horror, and then it gave you some action, because there was a scene with him and the demon, and it was completely choreographed pretty damn good, that I was like, what is happening right now? Like, usually don't get that in this capacity, but you know, it is what it is. My man going ready to fight a soul eater. And funny thing is, I wrote that in my notes, And that's actually what this film was called at first, Soul Eater, before it actually changed to When I Consume You. So I was like, all right, I know what I'm talking about just a little. But yeah, he wasn't going to be able to prepare for that. So here's the thing about this. This Soul Eater possessed Daphne's soul. And if he can beat this entity, he can release his sister. So now he has a whole nother task. And he's learning from his sister about her battles with demons. And here's where this starts to tell a story now. Because when you say demons, most people, we allude that to addiction and all that sort of stuff. She left a journal when she died that really depict the journey that she was going through while she was alive, and addiction and all that other stuff, whatever it may be. It doesn't quite tell you what, but it gives you the idea that the demon in society is whatever your addiction is. So they don't necessarily pinpoint that that's what she's going through. They just let you know that this entity that we're seeing as a demon is something that all of us see on a daily basis. It's just not as dramatic as getting your ass beat by it. So just to throw that out there. But she also depicted that she had to fight evil with evil, what made her became evil, and she lost the battle. So she sends her brother down the same path, saying, well, if you want to be equipped to fight this, then you're going to have to do some drastic things with your soul yourself in order to do so. So, yeah, this was a rescue mission, both for her soul and probably for himself too. But yeah, it's truly the story of humans versus demons, and that's what I liked about this film, because it told a really good story beyond it told a good theme beyond just what's happening in the plot. So yeah, we got to talk about the ending here. So he beats the demon, and because he had to become one himself, this was it for him. He was done. But she helped him because she was released now. She helped him to survive by, basically helping him channel memories of when they were together and both alive or whatever or not, to get himself in a position to be discovered by a human, because he was bleeding out in the back alley, which is also a very synonymous thing about the ideas of what happens in black back alleys and whatnot. And the fact that he got in a very clear space, somebody was able to find him. He was able to go be taken to the hospital and survive. So now he's in school doing good with life and recovering. And he saved her. The only thing about this now is that the demon comes to see him every day. But now he's ready for it. And he's prepared for it. And what's synonymous with is with people with temptations and addictions, that they also see their demons every day. And you have to be equipped in order to fight it. And I thought that was a really good touch that they put on this. So I love this film because it told a good story. It had some cool action that I wasn't expecting. And overall, beyond what's happening in the plot, it gives you something to take away with. And that's not something you get too often with these type of films. So, yeah, this is really cool. Definitely want to check this out. When I Consume You made this world premiere at the Fantasia Film Festival 2021. Folks, jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about this, and as always, stay tuned because more reviews are coming very soon.